Hey everybody, it's your favorite friend and fiend, Kenneth Ramone, back here again in the Cruiser Bruiser, and I'm back with you this time with another awesome-tacular movie review. Just got out of seeing Scream! Little Misfits reference there for you guys. But anyways, is it as awesome as these classics right here? I do not have Scream 4 in my collection, nor do I have these movies on DVD and Blu-ray, but that's beside the point. Let's talk about it. We got the Woodsboro townspeople again. They're terrorized by this mass killer, a copycat, so to speak, of the legendary Ghostface killer that terrorized the town 25 years or so ago. And now we got a fresh generation of students at Woodsboro High that are being chased after and killed off by this mass killer. And they're trying to figure out who it is, if it's someone amongst their peers, right? Kind of has the same premise as the original Scream, but we got a new twist, which I will not spoil for you guys, a spoiler-free review, but I just want to share with you guys, my personal favorite things about this movie, things I liked and some things that I didn't like. But yeah, so many nods to the original Scream with this movie, while also bringing in that fresh generation to the mix. And those of you guys that have seen the movie know that they poke fun at this throughout and they address it explicitly in the movie. But yeah, I want to say like the first 15 minutes especially, it felt like something out of the 90s. They even like bring back like some of the old school locations from the original film, and as a fan, I totally dug it. Those of you guys that know, that have seen the trailer, know that they bring back some of the original cast members, and that was so cool. And even like some surprise cast members that I didn't even expect to see back, and some that even really drive the movie, like there's like a twist so early on in this movie that I just didn't see coming. And you guys are totally in for a treat. I won't say any more about that, but that's where this movie's a little bit different compared to the other Screams, is usually you have a big twist and reveal at the end of this movie, but 20 minutes in, there's already a big twist, and it has like this tie-in to the original Scream, and I feel like original fans are really gonna dig it. They're either gonna love it or hate it, is how I want to say it, but I myself really dug it. Yeah, when you get like a big twist that early on in the movie, you just know you're gonna get some more awesome stuff as the movie progresses. So that was really cool. And gosh, you guys, some gnarly kills in this movie, man. Ghostface was not holding back. Just like Michael Myers in Halloween Kills, man. He was pissed off, and you get a pissed off Ghostface in this movie, and he really goes all out, man. And I wish I could tell you guys what happens, but I'm gonna leave that to you guys, so you guys are surprised by these kills. But I just want to know what went into like the visual effects and how they pulled some of this stuff off, man, because it is brutal, it is gruesome, and I loved it. Anyways, you guys, and of course you get some jump scares throughout in like traditional Scream fashion, but nothing too extreme where I felt like the movie was unwatchable. Like, especially with modern horror these days, it feels like there's jump scares all over the place, or I can't even watch the movie. That was not the case with this one. But I will say one thing that this movie definitely succeeds at is getting into the mind of the audience, because like it knows like what the audience is expecting. Like there was a scene where like tension starts to build up. Like I'm just expecting Ghostface to pop up out of nowhere. Like for instance, the character goes into his refrigerator, and then like I'm expecting once he closes it, Ghostface is right there, because like the music builds up, right? So he closes the fridge, and then there's nothing there, and then like he looks outside, closes the door, nothing there. And then when you least expect it, he turns around and Ghostface is like right in his face. And I just love that, man. I love how this movie knows its audience. And speaking of that, like it keeps poking fun at this movie for being a sequel. And that brings me to the big reveal, which I will not spoil, but throughout this movie, it is teased throughout like who the person could be, who the killer really is. And there was a time where like, oh, well, it's obviously him, right? And then, like, I start second guessing myself. I'm like, well, no, because Ghostface is here, so it can't be him because he's there, and it can't be her either because she's here, and she's also like trying to figure out who the real killer is, so it can't be them, right? And then so after like I thought I had it figured out, it turns out to be what I thought it was in the first place. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I was right. So that's where this movie succeeds, is like it knows like what the fans are thinking, what's going through their mind, and it like brings in some twists and turns so that you keep second guessing yourself. It's like a puzzle, really, and you're just trying to figure it out. And it's just like when you think you have it, something else happens that makes you second guess yourself. And that's what I really dug about this movie. I thought it was so awesome. So with this movie, there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be people that are nitpicky, just like with Halloween Kills, you know, because they're so quick to defend the originals, you know, none of the sequels could be as good. I really did like this movie for what it is. It was a great time out, you know, it did what it had to do for a Scream sequel. There are a couple things that I didn't like. Like, I did mention that this movie keeps poking fun at itself, and I felt like the joke kind of dragged on too long. Like, okay, we get it. This is a sequel, and, you know, fans tear sequels apart and things like that. Kind of like how I'm telling you guys right now, but you don't have to keep making the same joke about it over and over again to like where you're too self-aware. I felt like this movie was just a little bit too self-aware. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of similar to like the original Scream, where they're talking about surviving a horror movie within a horror movie. So I guess it kind of like ties into like the original source material. But at the same time, I felt like it kind of dragged on longer than expected, than needed, right? And as well as that, I felt like some of the high schoolers, some of the people who played the high schoolers, I don't know, they look kind of old. Like, there was one guy in there who looked like he was pushing 30. I'm like, why is this guy playing a high school student? You know, and in some cases it works. Like, you know, Jonah Hill in Superbad, he was pushing 30, but he still looked young. And come to think of it, Cameron, the guy who played Cameron in Ferris Bueller, that guy was almost pushing 30, but he looked young. And then you got this one guy who's got wrinkles, and I'm just like, that guy could never be a high school kid, all right? Come on, let's be real. So just little minor things like that I didn't like, but for the most part, you guys, if you're a fan of the original Scream, you're gonna love this movie, okay? You might not, love it as much as like the original 3, but it's still pretty good. I myself liked it more than Scream 4. I will tell you guys that. I really found myself enjoying this movie a lot. Hey everybody, before I get to my final rating on Scream 5, I just want to thank you all so much for watching my video. If you like what you see so far, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Really do appreciate all the support, you guys. Thank you so much. Alrighty guys, well, I'm just gonna rate this movie as a fan because there's things in there, little minor things that could be improved on, but for the most part, I really did enjoy this movie, and I felt like it did Wes Craven justice, with the style of filmmaking. Like, they really, took a lot of inspiration from those original Scream films, and I feel like he would be proud. Okay, so I'm just saying that as a fan, and really, I haven't left a theater feeling this great about a movie in so long. Like, I walked out and I was like, wow, that was a great movie. Like, really, like, it's just been so long since I've said that, and I know that we've been in like the whole pandemic thing where we kind of enjoy movies a lot more than, we would if we weren't in that situation, but I really did love this movie, and for that, you guys, I give it a 10 out of 10 crisscross awesome sauce. It's not perfect, but, for what it is, a movie for the fans, it really does succeed, and it knows what it is, and I love this movie, you guys. So, solid 10 out of 10, crisscross awesome sauce. This would be a great Halloween time watch. And, I'm happy it didn't come out in Halloween, because then you'd have it competing with Halloween Kills. And we all know that Halloween is the OG, right? So it deserves that Halloween time release. But this movie coming out in January, hey, it was just awesome, and I was in the mood for a nice Halloween time movie anyway. So, anyways, you guys, that is my review on Scream 5. I'm just gonna call it Scream 5, because that's what it is, right? Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you guys again. You guys rule. Kenneth Ramone, signing off.